Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so freaking excited for tonight. This Zoom all started because I watched one of Janie's training videos probably a couple weeks back, and I was like, this girl is just like insane. She's so amazing. And I was like, she has so many tips. So she was showing something on Instagram, and I found her Instagram like handle, and I stalked her, and I was like, I crept into her DMs, and I was like, hey, you have no idea who I am, but can you please do a training with me? So she probably thought I was a stalker, but it's fine. It's all good. So if you don't know who I am, hello. My name is Courtney. I'm a double diamond. Been in the business about 3.5 years. Started when I was 21, drawn in debt. I'm now 24 and debt free. Was able to move cross country and completely changed everything in my life. So I'm super freaking excited for you guys to learn from Janie. I sent her a couple of questions, but we're kind of just going to let her do whatever the heck she wants to do, and say whatever the heck she wants to say. If you have any questions in the meantime, please put them in the group chat of the Zoom, and I will relay those to her. So Janie, I will unmute you now. If you want to introduce yourself, you should be unmuted.
Yeah, I know you sent me, can you hear me okay? Okay. I know you sent me some questions, but I briefly looked over them. So as we go, if you could just kind of tell me what you want me to say, just whatever. But hi guys, my name's Janie. I just turned 23. I joined this business in June of 2017. So I've been doing this for almost 2.5 years now. I'm a double diamond. I joined as a super broke college student. So I was working 2 part-time jobs. I was babysitting on the weekends, and then I was also working at the daycare on my college campus. And I came across this opportunity on Instagram, and I really wanted to try the products. I had kind of heard about the wraps before, so I was kind of familiar with what It Works was, even though we're the coffee company now. But so I was yeah, I'm down to try the products for sure. And at that time, it was there was a cleanse and a fat fighter deal going on. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And she gave me the prices, and I was like, I can't even afford the fat fighters. I really want to try your products, but I can't even afford $25 right now. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. So I was I was one of those people that was follow up with me on Friday, I get paid then. It's okay. She followed up with me on Friday, didn't order because I didn't have the money still. And then I was that person that would keep swiping up on her stories and being like, me, BOGO, me, I want this deal, free shipping, 40% off, me, but I would never order. And she's like, dude, I've been watching. I mean, this probably was a scripted message, but at the time I felt like it was super genuine. She was like, I've been watching your page, and I think you'd be really good at what I do. Have you ever thought about it? And I was like, that sounds awesome. And I didn't have the $99 at the time. So I had to wait a couple weeks to get paid. But as soon as I did get paid, I did join. I did not put off the joining the company to make money. When I joined, I was ignorant on fire. So I was talking to absolutely everybody, as many people as I could. When I look back at my post, I was like, what was that? But I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just getting it out there because I was excited and I wanted to make money. And that's just what you have to do when you start. And so I did that. And my first month, I went executive, second month, Ruby. And then took me about 6 months to go Emerald after that. After I hit Ruby, I was kind of like, oh, well, I joined for an extra $200, $300. I did that. Now what? So I just didn't really know what it meant to promote. And then January, my first boom season came around, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna do it. And I went Emerald in January of 2018. Then I went to my first conference. 90 days later, I went Diamond. 6 months later, I went Double Diamond, and here I am now. I've been able to buy a new car all by myself. I moved into a beautiful apartment that I'm currently in. I paid off all my credit cards. I'm able to travel. I was able to travel more this year than I have in my entire life. I actually got to go to the VIP retreat for triples and above, even though I wasn't a triple or above, because I won it. And it was the most amazing thing ever. We went to Turks and Caicos, and I can't even describe how amazing it was. But it's just crazy to think that if I never said yes to this opportunity, none of that would have happened. I wouldn't be sitting here in this apartment right now. I wouldn't be able to go on that trip. It's just been crazy. And me and my team are really excited for 2020 to go triple and above. So yeah,
Oh my gosh, I love that. I freaking love that you were like, I put her off every single time I was supposed to order. I was all about all of it, but I didn't, like, I never ordered. And I know so many of us have those people that were like, gosh, like they are interested in every single freaking product that we have, but they don't order. So you guys, if you don't ask them if they could use some extra money, you might be missing out on a double diamond and a future triple and a future ambassador. Like, don't be afraid to ask people. So I freaking love that. I don't know. I just love your story. I love how quickly you moved, and I love that, like, you hit your goal so quickly, then you knew you had to, like, reevaluate, like, okay, now what the heck do I do? And I love how everyone's story is different. Like, for me, I didn't go executive till, like, 14 months in, and then it took me, I didn't go Ruby until almost 2 years, but I promoted to Emerald that month also, and then Diamond 3 months later and Double 3 months after that. So you guys, it's all a matter of a decision of, like, flipping your mindset of like, okay, we're going to make this work. So I freaking love that. What is your best tip? Like, how do you stay motivated?
So I think when it comes to motivation, there is like not really, motivation's not really a thing. Because like, you can't count on motivation to just like work every day, because we're all human. And even me, like 2.5 years later, do you think that I wake up every single morning, I'm like, yeah, like I'm gonna enroll 70 customers today, I'm gonna go triple? No, there's days where I wake up and I'm like, do I even want to be in this company? You know what I mean? Like, I'm never going to leave, but there's days where sometimes I wake up and I'm just so down. And I think that's really when your why comes in, and you have to remember that, you know, your dreams and your goals and, you know, your current why is like, nothing's going to change if you don't work. And I always say we work based on what we want. We don't work based on what we feel, because life is always going to happen to us and things are always going to happen to us. But it's like, you wouldn't just not show up to your 9 to 5 if you were feeling like shit. Like, you would still go because you still need to get paid. And it's the same exact thing with this. So I feel like motivation is crap, and you need to just get super, super, super clear on your why. And if you're not, that's okay. A book that can really help you with that is called Find Your Why. I'm reading the Audible, or I'm listening to the Audible right now. Super good book. And then if you don't have a dream board, you definitely need a dream board. But something that I learned actually like probably about a month and a half ago, it's called a fear board. And you literally write down like all of your fears. And it's like, you know, we all have fears, even when you're, you know, far into the company. And like mine says like fear of not being able to pay rent, fear of my savings draining, fear of my car being repossessed, things like that. And having that next to you as well. So when you're not motivated and when you're struggling and when you're having those bad days, you can look over and you can be like, oh, instead of binging 5 episodes of Netflix, let me look at my fear board and realize those things are going to happen if I don't start putting in the work. So I think it really just comes down to finding your why, being really clear on it, and having your dream boards and your fear boards, because you're not always going to be motivated. You're not. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I always tell people that. I'm like, if you're waiting for the day that you wake up and you're like, okay, now I feel like messaging 300 people, you're going to wait forever, because guess what? That's never going to happen. I promise you right now, stop waiting for it. You are never going to get to that point where you're like, I'm so freaking pumped up. I'm going to get 50 host posts up today. I'm going to send out a billion messages. Like, no, most of the days you're going to have to force yourself to do it. I always say, like, motivation is a lie, but you can have discipline. Like, discipline is what's going to get you where you need to go. Motivation is not. You're never going to be able to motivate yourself to do everything you need to do. So stop acting like you're going to. Stop waiting for that. So,
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see what our next. We're just going to go all over the place because I don't do well with organization. I have negative 10% green.
Me too.
Okay, so do you message on Instagram? And if you do, how? Tell me all about it.
Yeah. So when I first started, I was big on Facebook, but now I mainly switched to Instagram. So I'm always growing my network. So I'm messaging at least 100 new people a day on Instagram. Cold message. I know some people are against it, but I literally sign people on the spot all the time on cold messaging. I love it, and I will always do it no matter who says something bad about it, because it works for me, and it'll work for you if you put in the work. So I'm talking to you guys on my iPad, but I'll like send you messages on Instagram that I send Courtney.
I will. I'll make it work. Yep.
I used to do the hey, quick question, but I feel like so many people use that now, and a lot of people have caught on to it.
Yes.
So I use this one. Hold on. So it says, hi, I'm looking for 2 more people to try a product out and give me a review of how you liked it, and I can give you 40% off in return. You seem super chill and someone who would love our products. Would it be cool if I sent you more details? So I'm not saying, oh my God, you're so pretty, you and love our products. No, I'm saying you seem really cool. Would it be cool if I send you more details? Being really nonchalant about it, I feel like has been working really well. That message works well for me. Another thing I do on Instagram, do you guys do unsend resends?
Some of us probably do, but explain it, because we have a bunch of different teams on here.
Oh, okay, no problem. So unsend resends are huge, because a lot of the times when we send new messages, you may think that people are ignoring you, but they're really not. They either open it when they're at work, or they think they reply and they didn't, or they meant to send a message and it's never sent. So it's always important to go back to the messages and resend a new one, basically. Something that I've been doing lately is, so if I send somebody a message, they're like, hi, I'm looking for 2 people, blah, 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 and they don't reply to me, the next day I'll go in and I'll say, hey, did I catch you at a bad time? And that's something that's really huge, because yeah, a lot of the times people open it and they think that they reply and they didn't. And vice versa, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I was at work, like, send me more info. And I get so many people's numbers that way. So that's a good tip. And then for the unsend resends, so what I do is I literally just go to my followers, and I'll just keep scrolling. Let me turn down my brightness. So I'll just keep like scrolling, and then I'll just like pick a random person. Okay. If I click on the message, okay, so I messaged her on Tuesday, so I'm not gonna message her again. But if it's been like 3 or 4 weeks, I will re-message them if they haven't messaged me back. And something that helped me sign hella customers last month was this unsend resend. I cannot take credit for this. This is Carrie Young's message. Let me find you, Courtney. Okay. So I hold down the message, click unsend, and then I resend with this one. It's been literally gold. It talks about the coffee and the hair, skin, nails. And if they're like, oh my God, that sounds awesome, I send this. And then this is how I explain pricing. And I send one before and after of the coffee and the hair, skin, nails. So Courtney can share those messages with you guys. But that has been absolutely huge for Instagram. For messaging, other than that, I don't really do too much. I just do cold messaging and I do my unsend resends. If I'm cold messaging and somebody says no, I'm not interested, I say this. I say, okay, I totally get you're not ready for products, but can you do me a quick favor? And that's when I ask them to host a post. So I send this. And then, sorry, I'm like blowing up your DMs right now.
No, you're good. And everyone, look at the chat. I'm putting everything she sends me into the chat. If you are watching this on YouTube, reach out to me on Facebook and I will send it to you, just because I don't want to put her scripts like all over the internet. But you can find me on Facebook and I will send them to you that way.
Yeah, so then I ask them to host a post, and I'll send you guys the 2 host a posts that I have them post on their story. It's a now hiring and a cleanse. And then I offer them the opportunity to get a second entry if they post for me on Facebook. So I say, like, thank you so much. Let me know when it's posted. I have them tag my username. Let me show you guys the host post I'm talking about so that you're not like totally lost. But this one, it's just a now hiring, very, very simple. And then they tag my username right here. And then the cleanse one, very simple too. It's just 2 before and afters, and they tag my name, my username there. So then people can literally just click on my profile and message me if they're interested. And then I give them that option to post on Facebook too. That way I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm getting 2 hosted posts up, and they're getting 2 entries. So who doesn't want 2 entries to win money, you know? So on Facebook, while we're in like the host to post talking about that, I can tell you guys what I have them post on Facebook. So I do a now hiring, and I also do a weight loss. The now hiring has been huge. Like, I literally sent a DT on the spot from a host to post I got up yesterday. It's awesome. It's now hiring. My friend Janie has opened up 15 VIP spots on my team for college students, mamas, ladies who work full-time and part-time, are looking to make an extra income from their phone this holiday season. Comment an emoji for info. So that one has been really good. Let's see. I always ask for people's numbers on Instagram. So like when I send them that initial cold message, and they're like, yes, send me info, or like, yeah, of course, I would love information. I just say, awesome, what's your number? Much easier to touch the details that way. Get their number, save them as their name, and then PLC. And then this is my product message. I just say like, so first tell me something, blah, blah, blah. The reason why I get their number is because, number one, it's so much easier to follow up that way because you have everybody in one spot. You have all your PLCs, all your PDTs and things like that. And you can't send the link to order on Instagram or Facebook. So that's why I always get people's numbers. If they're really weird about me getting their number, I just say like, oh, I totally get it. You know, we have over 30 products, so it's just much easier to text you. And then majority of the time they just give me their number. If they don't, I just keep it on DM, whatever. Like I don't want to lose the potential, but I like I try to get their number like every time I'm talking to them. But other than that, I don't think there's anything more to what I do with messaging on Instagram.
Okay, so I'm just asking because I know people are already going to ask me, because it happens every single time when someone shows some sort of host to post. So when you have people do the now hiring posts and someone drops an emoji, what do you message them? Because I know so many people struggle with what should I say without like blowing them up or like word vomiting. Like what do you say?
So like when someone messages me like opportunity or whatever,
like if someone comments on your now hiring host to post.
Oh, like on Facebook? Yeah, for sure. I just say sending you a message. I like the comment and I say sending you a message, check your requests. Because if they don't accept my Facebook request first, then they're not going to get the message. It's going to be in their message requests. So I like the message, comment that, and then I go and add them. And then I say something like, you're going to be like, oh, that's all you do? Like, it's so simple. I just say like, hey, I see you're looking to make an extra income from your phone. They say yes, I get their number again, and then I have a pre-recorded audio that I send them, and it basically just says like a little bit about me, my story, why I joined, etc. And then I just ask them, you know, tell me about a little bit about you, why you're interested, what an extra income could do for you. I kind of get them to be clear on their why, so that like when I'm following up with them, or if they give me an objection about the $99, I can be like, well, it's a $99 investment one time to be able to, you know, not struggle to pay for diapers anymore, things like that. I feel like it makes it so much more real and so much more personal. And I just kind of like to connect with them on a personal level that way. So that's kind of how I go about the PDT when it comes to the host to post.
I love that. And the reason that I asked is because I had a feeling it was going to be super simple, because so many people overthink it. And you're like, gosh, I have to say like the exact perfect words, otherwise they're not going to sign. And you guys, if you have never heard this, my saving grace that I hold on to all the times is you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So take that pressure off of yourself. That's like, Like, I know when I first started, and you guys put a 1 in the chat if you've ever felt like this. I was like, if I could just have this person's script, then I could sign distributors. That was me 10 million times. I'm like, gosh, if I could just have their script, I could do it. Like, I could be an ambassador. But you guys, their X person's script might not work for you because they are not you. It has to sound like you. It has to come from you. So just hang on to that. Understand that. Give yourself that grace. You don't need this perfect script to sign distributors. You just need to be you. Okay. So
yeah,
go ahead.
With PDTs, it's just super important to stay yourself, because those are going to be people that you're going to be working with. You don't want to seem like a robot to them. You want to build that relationship right off the bat. So you don't want to be like, okay, so I post message follow, it's $99, ready to sign up. Like, no, you need to have that conversation with them, walk them through it. And I like to let PDTs lead the conversation. So I do that initial audio and they tell me about themselves, and I try to just relate to them a little bit. I'm just like, let's say they're like, I'm a broke college student, blah, 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 struggling to pay for gas and groceries. I relate to that. I'm like, you know what, girl, like that was me too. I cannot wait to help you, you know, be successful, not struggle in college. You don't have to be a broke college kid. And I also say, there's so many people on my team that are college students and are so successful at this. And I know with my help, you will be too. So I kind of like instill that belief in them. But if it's like somebody who's a mom, like I'm not a mom, I can't relate to that. But I have moms on my team. So I say, hey, there's moms on my team who are so successful, blah, blah, blah. And that's something that really helps too.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's so true. Like, if you're following scripts when you're talking to distributors, when they join your team and if you talk different than your scripts are, they're going to be so confused and be like, wait a minute, like it doesn't, there's going to be a disconnect there because it's not the same person that they talk to, if that makes sense. So some people were asking, what is your daily list of things to do?
1 second. I'm sending a PLC something.
You're good.
All
Business
right.
comes first, people. I'm the same way. Like if anyone's talking to me, I'm like, hold on. I got to send something.
Well, I have like 7 unread texts, but I'm trying to just like ignore that. So my daily 6 list, my non-negotiables, growing your network, messaging. And messaging includes getting up post to post too. So I aim for 10 posts a post a day. Posting on your story and then on your feed, and then self-development and following up.
Okay, perfect. I'm writing them down so that because I know people are gonna.
You want to know like any specifics? Just let me know.
I know people are asking what are ways you grow your network and how do you follow up, so you can do them together, separate, whatever.
Yeah. So when it comes to growing my network, again, very simple. I just literally go to Facebook and I scroll down my timeline. And if I find someone that looks like they're not a robot and they're maybe around my age and their profile picture is not like Winnie the Pooh, I'll click on them. I'll go to their friends and I'll go to suggestions and then literally add all those people. I just make sure it's not a networks distributor. Other than that, I have added myself to a couple of groups. Like I used to be a nanny, so I added myself to like the local nanny group, the babysitting group. I'm in a loss of a father group. I lost my dad when I was little. I'm in an aunt group because I have a niece and nephew. So I have added myself to a couple of groups and I'll add people from there. But I feel like a lot of people that are admins of those groups are really weird when it comes to like adding people. They're like, don't spam and add people. So I like try not to add too many people from there, but I do add a couple. Other than that, it's literally just like adding mutual friends of friends. Same thing for Instagram. I just go down my timeline. If it's like a really, like I would follow people from this girl's picture because she looks normal and nice and not a robot. So like I literally just go to her picture, click on the people who liked it, and then every girl I would just follow. And I just do that multiple times a day, and that's how I follow. When it comes to following up, so I used to do like a mass follow-up like once a week, but I do like mini follow-ups multiple times a week now. So like I'll do like 200 to 300 a day. So I'll like, again, negative 75% green. I'll just like literally, I don't ever delete my text messages. So I'll just like scroll down my texts. And I know it's annoying with the new update with the iPhone and it takes longer, but that's still how I do it. And I'll just like literally just follow up with all my PDTs and PLCs in my texts. I do have the Reach app, and I think that's a really great app, but my phone contacts, when I got a new phone, they did not transfer over, and I cannot figure out, and neither can Apple. So that doesn't work for me because the Reach app says I have like 100 PLCs when I really have like 2,000. So I literally just go down my phone and follow up that way through text message. You can use Connect, you can use the Reach app. But what's really important is next day follow-ups. So if I'm talking to someone today and they don't order today or they don't join my team, the next day I'm following up something super simple, not being like, if it's products, like today what I did was, hey girl, I'm putting in orders now. I thought of you. So many people are dying for the discount, but I wanted to give you first priority. Do you want to take it? I'll send that to you, Courtney. I think next day follow-ups are huge because you're in their mind. They still remember the product. They still remember the business. I have people that I follow up with from like months ago and they're like, who is this? I'm like, well, we got to have a new conversation all over again. So next day follow-ups are huge. And then beyond that, I just make sure that I'm doing like, I'll switch off. Like I'll do like 200 PLC messages, follow-ups, and then the next day I'll do like 200 PDTs. It really just depends. If I'm pushing for one or the other, I'll do more of one of them. But that's pretty much just what I do for following up, and just making sure that I'm consistent with that.
Love that. Do you have any good tips for upsell, like upselling?
Oh my God, I love upselling. It's like my favorite thing ever. So when it comes to upselling, I always start big and work my way down because it's so much easier to convince someone to spend less money than more money. So when it comes to like weight loss, I don't know how you guys structure your conversations, but I'll just send you all my weight loss notes.
Can you guys just put like a 2 in the chat if you're so thankful that she's sharing every single script that she freaking has? Like, she does not need to do that. She's being so one team, one mission. I love it. You guys, if you are using, like, you're going to use her script, switch some words. Please don't use like,
yeah, please.
Do not take it word for word. I will find you and I will kill you, like Liam Neeson says. Do not do it. Guess what? Then she ain't going to share her scripts anymore. So don't steal it word for word. Thank you. That's my PSA.
I can't send it on Instagram. I feel like you've messaged me on Facebook. I don't know what's going on.
I'll message you my number and then you can just text me. There you go.
Oh, wait, I got it.
Did you find me on Facebook with my 12 million last name? Oh, here, perfect. Oh, crap, that's long. Okay, we're going to split it up. Go ahead. Keep talking. I'll split it up in the chat.
So I always just like say like, how much weight are you looking to lose? What's your diet like? Do you eat coffee or chocolate? Do you like coffee or chocolate? To be honest, I don't care if they exercise or eat well. I just ask that so they think I care. But the coffee and chocolate is super important because if they like coffee and chocolate, they're going to get the keto triple threat, which is the 2 bags of coffee, chocolate greens, and TFX. And if they agree to all of that, you can upsell the cleanse. And I'll tell you how I do that. Literally so easy. Would you like to add our you know what? It's not easy because my text replacement is Thermal X, not cleanse for upsell. But here, I'll send you the script and then you could just replace it with cleanse. It just says like, so if you were to use this, you could just say like, would you like to add our cleanse for an extra discount rate of $39 to kickstart your weight loss journey? This product helped me lose 3 pounds the first time I tried it. You'd be saving about X amount of dollars. Oh, and this one we had free shipping. I didn't change that. Whoops. What do you say? Because if they're already spending $153, what's an extra $30? You know what I mean? So that's something I do when it comes to, I also like to upsell the hair, skin, nails with 2 bags of collagen. It's
Yes, I do the same thing.
76 PV. Terrible math.
0% green.
Literally. Okay. I'll send you a successful upsell with the collagen. But basically, when it comes to upselling, you just like cannot be afraid to ask people because you just never know. Like, even if someone says I've had people that say they're tight on money and they order a triple threat. Like, low on money can mean like they have $4,000 in their bank account. You know what I mean? It doesn't necessarily mean they have $10.
You guys, when she's saying that, trust it, because I had someone that was ordering yesterday she was looking for weight loss, and she was like, I need your cheapest product possible. And I was like, okay, well, like the cheapest thing we have is Fat Fighters. Y'all, she ordered all of our new Dr. Nassif products, all 3. But she needed the cheapest weight loss product. And that wasn't even something, like, I didn't even message her. She was like, hey, do you still like, I saw you had a sale on whatever, because I posted about it, because she went to my page to stalk my life like everyone does when they like order something from you. And she was like, hey, can I add that? You guys, it's okay to like ask, like they will tell you, no, I can't afford it if you can't, but you need to trust in the products that you know. The more you have, the quicker they're going to see the results that they want. And the quicker that your customers are seeing results, the more they're going to trust the products and the more they're going to want to order in the future. Okay.
Yeah, the same thing with the new skincare Beauty Works. Like, we all have amazing results with it. So start with Beauty Works. Don't just start with the Refresh, or don't just start with the Radiance. Like, go big. And then if they don't want to spend the money, like, or whatever, so this is a message I send. Like, let's say like I'm talking about the triple threat and I give them the price and they're like, oh, that's too much money, I'm sorry. I say this. Because then, you know, some BV is always better than no BV, especially when you're trying to get a fast start or a cab. So in like the majority of the time, people will start with just one product like TFX, and they can always add more at a later time. But I just think the biggest thing with upsell is just starting with the biggest pack. So always start with the Beauty Works, always start with the triple threat, unless they want to lose like 5 pounds. But I always start big, and like I literally just ask them, like, let's just start with 1 or 2 products then, you know, add the rest at a later time. And then if they ask me like what I recommend, I just do like the bigger BV of the 2 or the 3. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I do for upsell. And you just like can't be afraid of asking them to spend more, because you just never know if they're going to spend it or not. In the majority of the time, if they're already buying 3 products, what's 1 more product for them, you know? So yeah.
Love that. Okay, so other than when you tell them, sorry, we're going back to host to post.
That's fine.
On Instagram, when you say like, oh, if you want a second entry, do it on your Facebook. Do you message for host to post or do anything else to get host to post up on Facebook, or just that?
Yeah, so I mainly do get my host posts up from Facebook. So I just go onto my active messenger, and I literally just scroll to the bottom, and then I say this. Hey lady, random question for you, not trying to sell you products. And they're like, oh my God, you're so funny, or oh my God, thank God you're not trying to sell me anything. I have people that say that. I'm like, yikes.
Yikes.
And then I just say this. It's like, how would you feel about, and I don't know what giveaway you guys are doing, but you can change it up to your giveaway and just say like, how would you feel about me giving you a post to put up, blah, blah, blah. Most of the time people are like, oh yeah, no problem, girl, like whatever. And then those posts that I sent you earlier, I either have them do the now hiring or the weight loss, completely up to you. Emily Worsing actually came up with a bomb new one about the lash serum. Let me see if I can find it. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it'll work great. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, who needs longer lashes or thicker brows? My friend is looking for 10 product reviewers for a clinically proven formula. So that's one you could do. But ones that really work for me are weight loss and the now hiring, because I feel like I used to do a keto coffee one, but not everybody likes coffee. I don't know why, but not everyone likes coffee. So if they don't, they wouldn't have commented, but if they still want to lose weight, then they would comment. So
sure. You can always sell people the coffee when they comment about losing weight too. So
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So what are your favorite ways to do self-development?
I have it right here. The Dream Life Journal by Denise Walsh. Love it.
Mine's right here.
I've redone this one so many times. After this, I'm going to purchase the yellow one, though. I've heard that one's even better than the blue one.
She has a sale for all 3 of her things right now, just a heads up.
Okay, perfect.
Good morning.
So every morning, so I'm a full-time teacher's assistant. I graduated with my bachelor's in May with early childhood education. Didn't find a teaching job, was like, fuck it, I have it works. And then I was like, you know what, I miss teaching. So I got back into it. And so I wake up at like 6 every day. And the first thing I do is I turn on Christian music on my phone and I do this. And then I listen to a sermon from Stephen Furtick. Absolutely love him. And then I just like do as much of my 6 lists as I can before I have to start getting ready for work. So I love that. I also love Audible. That's what I do because, on my way to work, I can listen to 15 minutes of Audible on the way home, 15 minutes of the Audible when I'm messaging, I find it really hard for myself to sit down and actually read a physical book. The only time I actually really do that is when I'm on an airplane. So, I love Audible and I love journaling and I love listening to sermons too in the morning. It really helps get my mind right. I think what's really helped me with self-development is like doing it first thing, because then your mind is set. And you're ready to go for the day and you set your intentions for the day. You can claim your goals early and just get your stuff done rather than waiting till nighttime to get your mind right. So that's something that really helps me. I feel like there's no right way to self-develop, but I can definitely say that journaling has helped me so much. And if you don't know what to journal, the Dream Life Journal is huge because it literally tells you what to write. So
yeah. I'm putting the name of the journal in the chat. I also love that you said Stephen Furtick. So I actually live in Charlotte and he is like, his church is in Charlotte. So that's like my pastor that I listen to every week, which is crazy. But yeah, he is insane. If you guys ever get the chance to come to Charlotte, go see him live. He's wild.
Have you seen him live?
Oh yeah, every week.
You go every week?
Yeah, that's my church. Like it's like 20 minutes from my house.
Oh, you mean you don't watch it online? You actually go?
No. Like that's my church. Like 20 minutes from my house.
Oh my gosh.
He's crazy live. He you want to go run 10 marathons leaving church. It's wild.
So is it like getting into a concert when you go to church? Is it that crowded?
Well, my fiance and I go on Saturday nights, so it's not as bad, but I mean, it's packed. Like if you go on Sunday mornings, like there's like 4 different waiting rooms, like that, like the overflows. Yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, so it's funny. Like I hear like this, like the videos of his that get like shared. They're like, oh my God, this is so good. I'm like, oh yeah, that was last week's. Like, oh yeah, that was last week's. Got it. So it's super funny.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
But so yeah, jealous. If anyone ever comes to Charlotte, go to the Ballantyne location. That's where he is. He's wonderful. And also Elevation Worship is 10 times better live than online. Okay, so only 2 more questions and then you can get away from me. So what are your best tips for when you sign new distributors? How do you train them and get them like pumped up, jump started, ready to go?
Yeah, so I send this message. It's bomb. you can share it. And that really just helps them like commit. And just like it basically tells them like, hey, like you're gonna have mess ups, you're gonna fail, you're gonna have people who say no to you, but don't quit, because you're not gonna reach your goals. I think that's super important to let them know right off the bat, is that like I want you to come to me if you have anything that you're worried about, or I want you to come to me with whatever you're feeling, because I want to help you work through it. So I send that message to them. And then right after that, I just have a 24-hour checklist. So in that checklist, which I can send to you, it's super, super simple. It's like logging into your eSuite, getting off commission hold, making your dirt list, following Mark and Pam and Cammie, all that good stuff. I have them take the color personality quiz. Do you guys do that?
Yes.
Super important. And then something little that I do too, and I've learned this all from my uplines, so this is nothing I've come up with, but they're in my phone, I save their name and then the top 2 colors in hearts next to their name.
I do that too. I love that.
Yeah.
I like remember.
Yeah, so that I can, like, because I'm red, blue, so, like,
those are my colors. So
not everyone's like, I want to make $1 million. Like, some people are like, I just want to help people. And I'm like, I just want to make money. So it's, like, super important to do that so that you know how to talk to your team. There is a color personality book, actually, on Audible if you don't know about them. And you can also look them up online, too. They're super like popular in the network marketing world. Okay, so I just sent you the 24-hour checklist. So I have them complete that. And then as soon as we're done with the 24-hour checklist, we just start, I put them into the team page, team chats, and then we just start their messaging, and I walk them through conversations. I teach them how to post on their story. And we just pretty much go at their own pace. And some people run and keep asking me, what do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? And some people take 10 days to even respond to my first message. So I just go at their pace and meet them where they're at, because a lot of the time people join, I would say probably 90% of people that join don't see the vision right off the bat, and they don't believe in themselves. So it's just really important to just go at their pace, because I've made the mistake so many times of like rushing people and assuming that like their goal is to go ambassador when they really just want to make $200. And if they just want to make $200 and stay at executive, that's fine. Like that is their goal, and that's, you'll find your runners. But I think it's important to just really, especially newbies, to include them and really like ask them what they want, where they want to go, in not just what you want to do and where you want to go, because they don't have the vision that you do.
Yeah.
So
you guys, you just, like she said, you just need to love them where they're at, because my upline, my immediate enroller quit, but like my upline above that never once pressured me to make me feel like I had to do anything. And you never know if there's that person. So like I renewed my account, even though I hadn't done a dang thing. Like, you never know if there's that one person that after 2 years is going to be like, all right, let's go. I need to do this. And 8 months later, it's going to be a double diamond. Like, you never know when something's going to happen in their life that things are going to change. So what would you say to somebody that is working on a promotion and they feel like it's too far, or they're just not sure? Like, what would you say to someone that's in that position?
So it all just comes down to a decision. My upline, not my direct upline, but one of my uplines, Emily Worsing, who's ambassador, the last 2 days of the month pulled in $50K to go ambassador. So like anything is possible. Like she, like obviously wasn't all herself. Like we all did our parts, but like she knew she was promoting that month, and she decided she was promoting that month. So like she did it. And like she didn't count it out. She was doing it no matter what it took. And same thing when I went double, I didn't have to pull in 50K, but like at the beginning of the month, I was like 8K away and still like 10 DTs away. But like, I was so sick of pushing for it and not happening that I was like, I'm getting it done no matter what, and got it done. So like anything's possible if you just decide. And it really just like, it has to be a decision, because like it will happen if you have faith and you put the work behind it. That really is it. And absolutely anything is possible. Anything. If you are determined, and don't count yourself out, guys. Like, I've seen some crazy things happen at the last day of the month. Some crazy things happen. Don't count yourself out on the 25th. Do you realize on the 25th, most of the time we have 5 to 6 whole days that we could be enrolling? That is so much time. So just decide. It all comes down to a decision, and nobody can make that decision except for you.
Yeah. And I always tell people that. I'm like, don't count yourself out. When I went double, we brought in like 3,200 BB the last day, and I didn't have a bunch of workers. I had one worker. You guys, crazy things can happen. So I know some of you that are like just pushing for Ruby or Emerald or Diamond or Double. You're like 50,000. Like, I've never even seen a full-on 50,000 GB in my account, like much less in 2 days. Maybe you can wrap your head around 3. Maybe you can wrap your head around 8 in a month. Whatever it is, like, it's not too far if you decide that it's not too far. But if you tell yourself, no, I can't do that, guess what? You're not going to do it. But if you make the decision, and it's not too late to make the decision for this month, don't let the double tell you that there's no promoting happening in December, because that ain't true. Okay?
Oh my God. No. Slow season is a mindset.
Yes.
So
I always tell people that. Yes.
Slow season is a mindset. So if you say, oh my God, no one's ordering from me. Well, guess what, Sally? No one's going to order from you.
Yeah.
No.
I don't have that issue. So I tell people, I'm like, well, maybe they'll come to me and order, because I don't feel that.
Yeah, I don't feel that either. This month has been amazing so far.
Yeah. Craziness. So I freaking love that. Is there anything else that's like on your heart, you feel like you want to share, anything at all?
Well, I think the one thing that I want to say is that you guys can be like, oh my God, like they accomplished so much, like Courtney and Jenny, they accomplished so much. But like, guys, like I'm going through like one of the toughest times in my business right now. And like, but you would never guess it, right? So it's just really important to remember that like everybody is going to go through things, and this is a business, and it's success doesn't go like this. It's like this, like it's literally just like that, to get to ambassador and above. So just remember that like, in order to get, like if you feel like you're in a bad place in your business, in order to get to the mountaintop, you have to go through the valleys. And in the valleys is where there's the most beautiful flowers, and there's the green grass, and you grow the most in the valleys, and the valleys are essential in order to get to the mountaintops. And even people who are diamond and above go through them all the time, and they're going to continue to go through them. But you know what? It just means that the next time that they go through a valley, they're going to learn from the last one and not do the same things. So it's just, I think I just want to remind you guys that this business is not all sunshine and rainbows, and like everyone's going to go through things, but that's where your hard work takes, where it takes the hard work, and just remembering your why. So,
oh my gosh, this Zoom was just like fire. Like my group chats are just like going nuts. So you guys, if you will please thank Janie in the comments, tell her how amazing she is, because you guys, this was so freaking good, and I just loved it so much. So I hope you guys are having such a great night. You guys, this December is going to be insane, and I already know that 2020, y'all, we don't know what corporate's coming out with, but I'm telling you, it's going to be wild. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. I will put this up on my YouTube tonight. So then ask your enroller or whoever sent you this video for the recording, because I will probably get it to them somehow. So thank you guys so much, and have a good night.